Hello, folks. Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to Stay Well with Dr. Zorba Pastor. That's you.
You know something?
That's you.
You caught me. I wasn't scrolling.
Are you still jet-lagged?
No, I am not jet-lagged. My mind was just, I don't know what I was thinking about. Something else. It went out of my mind when you said that's you.
All right, I'm Carl Christensen. I'm sitting across the desk from the one and only Dr. Zorba Pastor.
That's right. I'm virtual, but I'm looking at your T-shirt. It says Eagle Lake Resort. Tell me about it.
Oh, yeah. It's
well, first of all, let me tell you.
Oh.
When I was a kid, there was no printing on T-shirts.
Really?
Yeah. Well, we wore togas.
Okay.
But I mean, no, we didn't. But really, you like that, didn't you?
Yeah.
But no, there was no printing. They had not invented probably print that wouldn't go
like
off
screen
in the
printing
wash.
wasn't invented.
Well, there was screen, but very rarely could you wash it. Now you've got T-shirts. You can wash them 100 times,
Yeah.
and the printing stays on it. But I like that.
Yeah, no, it's a T-shirt. It's a resort up in...
By the way, have you looked at my T-shirt?
What does it say there?
Will you tell me your T-shirt?
I can't even read it.
But I'm going to tell you. Tell me about your T-shirt.
Okay, well, this is T-shirt segment now. This is an Eagle. It's called Jansen's Eagle Lake Resort. It's up near Eagle River. It's on Eagle Lake,
beautiful.
Kind of in the chain.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
we go
gorgeous.
there a lot with our family. They have homemade popsicles that the kids just beg
Homemade
for.
popsicles. I made homemade popsicles. I know.
They're so good.
Yeah, but they're
like
good.
with chunks of fruit in them.
Really?
Oh,
With
yeah.
chunks
And
of
then there's
fruit?
like boozy ones for the
Really?
adults too.
So
and
the adults have Jell-O shots while the kids have homemade popsicles.
the popsicles have booze in them.
Who's
also.
in charge, the children or the adults?
Jansen's. It's called Jansen's Eagle Lake Resort.
No, I
They'll
want to know.
chime in hopefully.
I want to know. I want to know if the parents are having Jell-O shots and the kids are just having regular stuff. At what point do the kids take over and the parents are sort of like Jell-O shotted out? That's what I want to know. Now look at my T-shirt.
Your T-shirt.
You can't even read it, can you?
Well, Middle Fork, Maine
the Salmon River.
Where's
and this
that?
is
Idaho.
This is when I did the Middle Fork of the Salmon River, and it was many, many years ago. It was probably like 30 years ago.
Oh.
And I've washed the T-shirt 100 times, and it still looks good.
It looks great.
I look as good as I did 30 years ago when I wear this T-shirt.
And you haven't washed yourself in
Actually,
30 years, though.
I haven't washed in 30 years. But I have to tell you, when I put in the T-shirt, I remember it. That's what it is, our memories of where we did stuff.
Yeah.
And I think about how wonderful it was. That was 30 years ago. I mean, it was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
So, but these are some of the things that actually are, I think, useful to have around you, are things that that remind you of good times in your life. And sometimes when you're feeling down and out, just putting on that T-shirt when you had a good time can make you feel better. And that's part of good health.
I love that. All right, we have a huge show. We got to get into this, Zorba. We're going to look at our healthy living topic. We're going to talk about peanut allergies.
That's right.
Maybe some
In
new
kids.
information on
Yeah,
that.
new information, and actually information that's been evolving over the last 5 to 7 years.
All right, we're going to take a listener phone call. Zorba's going to answer a listener email about statins. We'll take some voicemails from listeners. We're going to hear from my mom, who loves to tell mom jokes.
That's right, she does.
You love that, Zorba.
She does. Yeah, I love those mom jokes. Yeah, I repeat them every never time. Every never time.
And Zorba's actually going to get dinged by the grammar cops.
Oh, my God.
Which we love that.
Yeah, I love the grammar cops.
They're now called the
Thank
grammar
you.
cops, by the
Yeah,
way.
they're grammar
Not
cops.
the
They're not
grammatical
police.
sabbatical.
We don't use
No police. Yeah.
Not grammatical sabbatical. Too long, too French.
What about the grammarian sectarians?
No, I
that's
think
too,
grammar
that's
cops.
Grammar cops is the way to go.
Cops.
Okay.
That's right.
The number to call anytime if you have a question for the good doc, it's 608-492-9292.
That's 608-492-9292. We love those. And remember, you can email us at askdrzorba@gmail.com. And we've got a website, drzorba.org.
Yeah, check it out. Lots there. A lot of blog posts from different articles that Zorba's written.
It's a great website.
All right, so let's get right into it. There's a new study about feeding babies peanuts early. Maybe
Well,
can help
this
with
is
allergies.
actually part of some interesting things that have gone on. So first of all, there's been a major rise in peanut allergies. The major rise was in 1997, about 0.4%, less than half of 1% of the kids had peanut allergies. In 2010, it up to 2%. Well, during that time, the Pediatric Society, the American Academy of Family Practice, and others said, don't give kids peanuts because you'll develop an allergy if you get peanuts. And they were 100% wrong. 100% wrong. They looked at the initial research for this was done about 7 or 8 years ago. And it was actually done in Israel and in the United Kingdom. And what a researcher noted was that the children who were born in Israel and then moved to the United Kingdom in England, that they never developed peanut allergies. And he looked and he said, why is this? And discovered that basically kids got these things called I think they're called Bomba treats. They're sort of like Cheetos, but they're made out of peanut butter.
Ooh.
And you can get them anywhere.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's and a whole bunch of other places. And basically they feed them this to the children early on. As soon as they start to get anything solid, they get these peanut treats. That reduces the risk of peanut allergy. And they discovered that. Lo and behold, he did a bunch of initial research to show that. And a recent article in the New England Journal of Medicine hit that home. The fact that we actually developed peanut allergies because we were not giving peanut products to kids early on. So I want to talk about that for a minute. The theory was, kids get peanut allergies. We shouldn't introduce peanuts. That's the wrong thing to do. Then we discovered through good research that actually that was the right thing to do, give peanut products early because they won't get allergies. So science is really interesting. It's not a vote. It's ongoing. We look at things, we change things as we learn about things, and we move forward. And so people will say, wait a minute, why can't you make up your mind? You say, tell us one thing, take an aspirin every day, don't take an aspirin every day. The answer is data comes out, we change. And it's sort of like your life changes. If you look at how we ate in the 50s, we ate in a meat and potatoes diet. We said liver was really good. Liver has a lot of cholesterol. Did you ever eat liver?
I've never had liver.
Never?
I've heard that my wife, Christine, like her parents used to feed her liver. She was the only one in her family that would eat the liver.
I love liver. My kids will not eat liver. Liver and onions?
I've never had
my
it.
God.
I don't think I do
Liver and onions, a little bit of breading, sauteed in a little olive oil. If I go to a diner, I usually order liver and onions. And
Really?
my children usually, really, that's right. My children look and say, yeah, we had liver every Thursday. I really didn't mind. Anyway, getting back to the fact that
This is the recipe segment
I'm
here.
getting off topic. I'm off topic. But we thought liver was good to have.
Okay.
Liver, by the way, has a lot of, because it's bloody, it's actually good for iron deficiency. That was an issue in the 50s. But now we know we generally don't look at organ meats as something useful to eat. It's more fruits and vegetables. That changed over time. Peanut stuff has changed over time. The answer is feeding your children a peanut product, not peanuts themselves because they'll choke on it, but a peanut product, be it from peanut butter that is not chunky, smooth peanut butter, to these Bomba treats that are like Cheetos but are made of peanuts, are good for you. That's new data, new research that hits that home. And once again, science is not a vote.
All right, if you have a question, you can call the podcast hotline, 608-492-9292. Call that number anytime. You can leave a voicemail as well, anytime. Let's go to the phones, though. Let's help out a caller now in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Hi.
Hi, I'm a longtime listener, first-time caller.
Thank you
for taking my call.
Thank you. Thanks for calling. How can we help?
Well, I heard you say recently on another podcast that Fosamax, I have been prescribed Fosamax and have been taking it for about 9 months.
Uh-huh.
And I heard you say that there was a study that was done that showed after 5 years there was no lasting effect.
No, the study showed that after 5 years, you don't have to take the drug anymore because taking it for longer than 5 years doesn't do any good. There is a lasting effect of taking the drug. There is.
Okay.
It has a lasting effect, but after 5 years, the effect has been done. You don't need to take it anymore, and it doesn't do any good to take it for more than 5 years. And by the way, full disclosure: before Fosamax was developed, it's a generic now. It's developed by Merck. I did clinical research for a bunch of years, and we tested Fosamax before it actually came to the market. And so it's a really good drug. All the drugs, alendronate, that's Fosamax, in this category are very good because you have two things going on in your body. You have bone that's being continuously made, and you have bone that's being continuously destroyed. Osteoblasts make it, osteoclasts destroy it. And when you take Fosamax, it basically means there's less destruction going on in your bone. Kind of hard to imagine. But it definitely, a 2 to 3% difference in your bone density can make a major difference in your risk of fracture. So yes, there is a lasting effect for sure. How old are you? How old are you, by the way? You sound pretty young. Are you 39?
No, I'm actually 69.
You don't sound like
Uh,
you're 69 at all. Are you?
well, thank you.
Are you?
I'm very active.
Yeah, well, by the way, that is the most important thing because when we think about it, it's osteoporosis worries us because we're worried about getting a fracture. And one of the best ways to keep from getting a fracture is to maintain activity, walking, doing things where you're actually doing stuff. It's balance, it's walking, it's weight, and keeping yourself active is your best chance of not getting a hip fracture. Hip fractures are bad. If you fall, fracture your hip over the age of 65, there's a 25% chance you will be dead within 1 year.
Yes, and I know that, and that's why I stay active. I do a minimum of 10,000 steps a day.
Fabulous.
But I was going to mention, I had been prescribed Boniva years and years ago, and I had a really bad side effect from it. I had the pain in the chest and all of that.
Okay.
And then I tried something else. I forget what it was called, but I got the lockjaw thing. And so I'm just always cautious about taking any of these calcium.
But you've been on Fosamax now and you're tolerating it. Is that correct?
Well, I am having some gastrointestinal discomfort.
That's part of it.
Okay.
You have to get up in the morning, take it on an empty stomach. It doesn't absorb very well. Can't have anything to eat or drink for about 30 minutes. You can have water, but you can't have anything else. And luckily, you only have to take it once a week. So what I would recommend is at the end of 30 minutes, eat a donut.
Oh, okay.
Just because that'll make you happy. Not because it's healthy. It'll be happy. And you'll say, I get my weekly donut fix after I take the Fosamax. So any stomach distress, at least I get to hand it off with a donut. Karl now is laughing.
I love that.
Because anytime
the doctor recommends a donut, you got to listen to
So
him.
I got to tell you something. When I go to the dentist, when I get my teeth cleaned, I really like getting my teeth cleaned. First thing I do when I leave the dental office is I stop and I get a donut.
You undo all their work they just did?
Get a donut and coffee after I go to the dentist. I figured I deserve a donut because I'm cleaning my teeth.
I have
really
the opposite reaction. When I go to the dentist, I wait a long time before I eat anything because I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy this.
No. Come on. For me, it's donut or sweet roll.
You just go in hard right away. Yeah.
And Dr. Zorba, as much as you preach anti-sugar, I'm surprised you would go get a donut.
You know something? Even I sin a bit.
Everything in moderation, right?
Everything in moderation, guys. So thanks for your call and thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
You bet. I love your show.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for that call. And listeners, you can call anytime at 608-492-9292.
That's 608-492-9292.
All right, Zorba, we've been doing this a lot lately. My mom, you've heard of dad jokes?
Oh, yeah.
Do I have to set this up again?
I know.
You know.
I know. Mom jokes,
right?
We're not sexist here. We have dad jokes. Actually, we haven't done dad jokes. We've done mom jokes.
Yeah.
I think mom jokes are great. They're a step below dad jokes. Step below. But
in a good way, though.
In a good way. Because moms are always good.
That's right. Moms are the best. My mom's the best. All right, here's my mom with one of her mom jokes.
Mom jokes.
In high school, I got mono twice. My doc told me, no biggie, I now have stereo.
It's kind of an audiophile joke.
Terrible.
Audio
It's an
engineering joke.
Where does she get these
I don't know
things?
where she comes
Maybe
up with
that's
these.
where you get your goofy way of thinking.
It must
Maybe
be
it
where
comes
I get
from
my
your
sense of
mom.
humor.
I mean, my mom never told jokes like that. My mom could never tell. I don't remember my mom ever telling me a joke. She laughed, but she did
would
not
laugh.
tell a joke.
What was her laugh like? Was it like your laugh?
I have no idea.
You don't remember?
Well, I really do. So I have a cousin. It was at a family picnic. I hadn't seen him lived in California, probably 30 years. And my dad had died 20 years before I saw this cousin. And when I started laughing, he said, you laugh just like your dad. And the first thing I said was, no, I don't. I have no idea why.
Nuh-uh.
And then he said, yes, you do. And I said, really? I don't think I laugh like my dad. And then he looked at me and he said, you laugh like your dad. So you never really know. So I guess I laugh like my dad. So
Is it because you didn't want to be like your parents? Like,
no,
I
think it was just like, I don't think of you know something? You don't as a child have insight into why you're doing certain things. It was somebody objective on the outside. No, it wasn't that I was against laughing like my dad. I don't remember my dad laughing like this. But maybe that's because you know something? I can't figure it out.
You can't figure it out. Stump
Some
the doc.
things I, as a doctor, stump the doc. I cannot figure out why I laugh my dad. Good example. It's stump number one for the moment.
There you go. My 10-year-old son, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he laughs like I do.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
he
one
does.
of your kids must have inherited your goofy joke writing.
From my
Which
mom.
one?
From my mom, right?
Yeah, but which one of your kids?
I would say my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter.
What does she say?
She's hilarious. I'll have to come up with, maybe there's a segment about my daughter at some point in a
Maybe
future
we
episode
should
of
do
the
your
podcast.
daughter jokes and record her and put on the podcast.
That's a good idea.
Have her tell a joke.
Stay tuned for
Let's
that,
do it.
listeners. I love that
Actually, we're
idea.
going to do it.
Daughter
we're going to
jokes.
do daughter jokes, and then how old is you? And your son jokes. We're going to do daughter and son jokes.
Yeah, that sounds
along
great.
with that. Yeah,
Okay.
that'll move the podcast. Let's get to some health questions.
Okay, yeah, let's serious stuff here. Let's do a listener email. This is from.
We're not a comedy show. We are serious.
We're
This is
serious business here.
We are serious.
Let's talk about LDL. Okay,
LDL,
this is
yes.
from Kristen, who
the
emailed.
bad cholesterol.
Right.
Correct.
Hi, Dr. Zorba. I have high LDL and was put on 10 milligrams of atorvastatin.
Atorvastatin. Good.
And
You said that right.
Thank
Good.
you. Nailed that one.
Yeah.
And got terrible pain in my hands. I cut the dose in half and still had pain, but it lowered my LDL dramatically. My doctor switched me to rosuvastatin,
Yeah.
but the same result happened.
Sure.
I tried taking a CoQ10,
Yeah.
coenzyme
CoQ10.
Q, CoQ10, but no help. So I stopped taking anything about a month ago. What are my options? Can I try taking a statin intermittently? Are there any other options that you can think of?
Well,
Thank
there are
you.
a few things. So first of all, statins are special. I would try a low dose. I would take half the dose that she's taking now initially every other day, 2 to 3 days a week. That's it. Like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's sort of 3 days a week. So I would cut the dose even further, then I would check it. Because some people really do well on tiny doses, and that's enough to lower the LDL. Statins do more than lower the LDL. They actually take plaques of your coronary arteries and other parts of your body and stabilize them. They do something else. But those were two specifically different statins. Provocol, Pravachol, or COL. Really, spelling is not my forte.
Hello,
But
grammar cops.
But the pronunciation cops.
Spelling
That's right.
police.
But anyway, Pravachol is a different statin, is sort of in another subclass of that, and I would go to that. So you haven't tried all the statins. Once again, but I would just try what she's doing, half the dose, 3 days a week. If you tolerate it, then get the blood test, and if not, try Pravachol. That's what I would do. I think statins are great drugs. I think they're very worthwhile. And like I said, you want to try this different statin, or you want to try, if this all fails, a drug called Estimbe, Estimbe, which is not a statin, can often tolerate and lower it. It's also in a combination with a statin called Vytorin. But Estimbe doesn't work as well as the statin, but there is some evidence that it may be helpful.
Clinky Cleaners is sponsoring this episode.
Thank you. Okay, Karl, here's a philosophical question. Which came first, the chicken hatchery or the dry cleaning company?
I'm not really following.
Really, let me elaborate. Clinky Cleaners started out, believe it or not, as a chicken hatching business. And then in 1958, they got into the laundry and dry cleaning business. And for nearly 70 years, they've been a family-owned business proudly serving the good folks of southern Wisconsin.
Clinky Cleaners is the most award-winning dry cleaner in the state. They've won all the local awards in the markets where they operate, including Best of Madison for 42 years running.
So when it comes to clean, Clinky Cleaners doesn't just compete, they have a clean sweep.
I see what you did there, Zorba. All right, Zorba, let's do the part of the show where you read a couple reviews from people because we're a podcast and
We
people,
like reviews.
We do.
Please,
People leave
review
us reviews.
And you know, when you review us, if you like the podcast, tell your friends. If they've never listened to a podcast, as a lot of older people haven't, show them how to set it up. Say, do you have a smartphone? I always say to people, do you have a smartphone or a dumb phone? Most people say, I have a smartphone, but I'm dumb when I use it. They actually say that. It's kind of like a jokey thing. But if they've never listened to a podcast and you've set it up for them, because the more listeners we have, the more we're going to affect people's lives and give good, curated medical information that you can trust. So useful in the middle of this noisy environment.
That's right. And if you leave a review, who knows? Dr. Zorba might just read your review.
I haven't seen these folks.
All right, I'm passing over some paper.
Okay. All right, here we go.
He's going to read some
All right,
reviews.
this is from Rick Gregory. I love this show. Nice. I've listened to Zorba for years and now the podcast. He is wise in his health advice. Thank you. And he always tells us the latest health news and research findings. Thank you. That's what I tried to do. Thank you very much, Rick. The next one is from Flo Coden. I thoroughly enjoy Dr. Pastor, and I've learned a great deal from him. The good doctor manages to provide helpful information while maintaining a light, cheery tone. Yeah, I think
we
do
keep
that.
it light here.
Are we cheery?
I think we're cheery most of the time.
When are we not cheery?
We're usually cheery.
And this one is from Dom Damashani. And I appreciate the excellent health advice and information. The doses of humor are also helpful. Stellar job. Very
There you
nice.
go. Great reviews.
Thank you. I do review these. I like looking at them. Those are ones that Karl looked at. And it makes me feel good. It really goes right to my heart. I'm pointing it in my heart right now.
There it is. He is.
I love doing this.
Listeners, he is
you
pointing
love
to his
doing
heart.
it. Point
Yeah.
to your heart.
Oh, there it is.
So you can
It's right.
you see
Yeah,
your
it's
heart.
on my
It's got
t-shirt.
the little heart thing. There we got it. That's right. You got your t-shirt up. But seriously,
Yeah.
it really is something. We appreciate those reviews. And thank you, thank you, thank you.
If you have a question for the good doc, you can email the show at askdrzorba@gmail.com, or you can call the hotline 608-492-9292.
And remember, we've got our website, drzorba.org.
That's right. And if you call that number, you can leave a voicemail, and I think we should do one of those voicemails now. Let's try to help.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's help out a caller, and this is a caller from Wisconsin.
I have just recently been diagnosed with Morton's Neuroma on my left foot. I was given a metatarsal pad, but I'm curious to know, do I need to, when I take it off at night and I get up in the morning, my toe tingles, how long do I need to know? I guess the question is, what kind of results should I be seeing and how long of a time period? Thanks.
Morton's neuroma is a nerve in between your toes. How many toes do you have?
Give me a second here. I've never heard of Morton's. It's Morton's with an M. Morton's Neuroma. Okay.
Morton's, it's not the same as Morton salt.
Oh
by
yeah.
the way.
Okay. Got you.
I don't know where it came from. You can Google that and find out. It's usually somebody who who first identified it. But sometimes the nerve actually becomes a neuroma means swelling and becomes painful. And when they give a metatarsal pad, the idea is to get rid of that pain. So you walk, you're not putting pressure on that. And sometimes a metatarsal pad, you can look it up, goes in the middle of your foot when you're walking, puts a little bit less pressure on that neuroma. It's usually between the second and third toe, if I remember. It could be between any two toes. And you do that for like 4 to 6 weeks, it'll often work. That doesn't work, something else works, often an injection. Steroid injection right in between the toes, somewhat painful, as you can imagine. But a steroid in there can get the neuroma to settle down. And I've done that for years intermittently in the office. That works. For some people, the pain is terrible and it never goes away. And they actually have to go in and take out the nerve. They stop the nerve. They cut the nerve. But the problem is then you have numbness in that area. And some people don't like the numbness. So those are 3 things. A pad for 4 to 6 weeks, useful. Injection of a steroid, and if not, then you look for that. And often these things do get better with conservative therapy. Rarely do you need surgery, but sometimes you do need the injection. But give it a little time without doing anything other than the pad.
All right, Zorba, let's do another listener email. This is from Patty in Spokane, Washington, who writes, Dear Dr. Zorba, many thanks to you for all the years you have hosted your wonderful radio show. I've listened to you weekly and have learned a lot from you. I've also enjoyed the recipes from your listeners. You gave the home cook a great platform to share healthy food. For my mental health, I need to step away from politics and listen to something that I can learn from and have a bit of control over.
Yes, that's a good idea.
As you have encouraged your listeners throughout the years, take control of your health. It has been many weeks now, and I still find myself looking forward to your weekly radio show to no avail. I haven't been much of a podcaster in the past, but now it appears I'm forced into this media.
Yeah, you are. That's right. We're here too.
And I just listened to 2 episodes, and it was great to
Nice.
hear your encouragement of finding daily gratitude.
Nice.
Again, thanks
Yes.
for the years of advice. I wish you well and many years of continued success.
Yes.
That's
Well,
nice.
I did my radio show 35 years.
Long
Come
time.
on, it had legs. I was run nationally on a whole bunch of different places. I went and raised money for public radio and stuff. And after 35 years, then the radio show ended. Things change in radio. Things change in media.
Things evolve.
Change in newspapers.
Yep.
There's an evolution of everything. We used to, the writing on the wall used to literally be the writing on the wall, and now it's the writing on the screen. It's different. But we have this podcast to continue basically the history and legacy of giving good information to people to help them. And it's so nice to hear back from somebody, and we know that it really affected them. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. Okay, let's do, what, we used to call this the grammar police, and now we're calling it the grammar cops.
That's right.
This is
Go ahead.
They're your favorite, right?
I got it. Let's hear the
It's
music.
not a grammatical sabbatical. It's the grammar cops. All right, let's hear from them.
We got a grammar situation here. Grab a cop. Watch your grammar. Grab a cop.
It's great.
Watch your grammar.
I really love it.
Watch your grammar,
Watch your
folks.
grammar. That's right.
All right, the following email came from Catherine in Montana, who takes issue with the way you pronounce a certain nut. She wrote, "Dear Zorba, you, like many others, pronounce the L in the word almond."
That's right, I do.
Which seems right to me.
Yeah, almond. Almond.
But the reason that almond growers do not pronounce the L in almonds is that a person has to beat the L out of them to get them out of the tree. Cheers. You like that one. So we're trying to beat the L out of the nut.
I love it. That's very funny.
Hey, listeners.
That's funny.
Do you find joy in catching a mistake Zorba made? What's the email?
AskDrZorba@gmail.com. Spell it out. AskDrZorba@gmail.com. We love them. Keep them up.
Keep them going. And Zorba, keep making mistakes so we get more of those emails, please. All right. What did we learn today, Zorba? We talked about peanuts and some new study with
very
peanut
important stuff,
allergies.
especially if you have kids. Peanuts, introducing peanut products early, the appropriate peanut products, will actually keep your child from getting a peanut allergy.
All right. You helped out a caller. We heard a joke from my mom.
Yeah.
Talked about statins, read
We
some
did.
reviews. Morton's Neuroma. I learned a lot about that.
That's right. We did a lot. We
Yeah,
do a lot.
we do a lot.
We did a lot on all of our podcasts. And the final thing I always want to say to everyone on the podcast is stay well.